I need advice about a situation that's been eating at me for months. I, 26M, am the middle child among 3 siblings. My older brother James, 29M, and younger sister Amy, 21F, have always been incredibly close to me. This story needs some background to make sense, so bear with me. Our parents died in a car accident 5 years ago when Amy was just starting high school. It completely shattered our world. James was fresh out of college with a job offer in another state, but he turned it down to take care of us. He worked 2 jobs, one at a local accounting firm during the day and bartending at night. He made sure I could finish college and Amy could stay in our childhood home and complete high school. He even helped her get into nursing school, which was her dream. We developed a system after our parents died. Sunday dinners are sacred, we all meet at James's place no matter what. Amy and I both have keys to each other's apartments, and we drop by whenever we need someone to talk to. James reviews our major life decisions, not because he's controlling, but because he's been both our brother and parent for years. We trust his judgment. I met Madison, 23F, at work 8 months ago. She started in our IT department, and we clicked immediately. She was funny, smart, and seemed to understand the importance of family. She lost her mom young too, so she said she got why we were so close. The first 2 months were perfect. She fit right into our Sunday dinners, went shopping with Amy, and even helped James organize his filing system at work when she visited me for lunch. Everything changed when she moved in with me 3 months ago. It started so subtly that I almost missed it. She began making comments about James during dinner. Don't you think it's weird how he needs to know everything about your life? Or a man your age should make his own decisions. When I defended James, she would back off, saying she was just looking out for me. Then she started with Amy. My sister has always been affectionate, she hugs us a lot, especially since losing our parents. Madison began pointing out how inappropriate it was. She complained about Amy using her key to drop by, saying a 21-year-old shouldn't be so dependent on her brothers. She started locking the door with the chain when she knew Amy might visit. The problems escalated when Madison went through my phone while I was showering. She found messages between Amy and me discussing Madison's behavior. Amy had noticed how Madison would try to sit between us at dinner, how she would interrupt our conversations, and how she always had an excuse for why we couldn't attend family events. Amy was worried Madison was trying to isolate me. Madison confronted me with the messages, calling my family toxic and dysfunctional. She said Amy was trying to sabotage our relationship because she was jealous. She threw around terms like emotional incest and codependency, saying my relationship with Amy wasn't normal. When I defended Amy, Madison cried and said I always chose my family over her. Things got really bad last week. Madison started telling people at work that James had stolen our parents' insurance money. The truth is, there wasn't much insurance money. Most of it went to pay off our parents' mortgage. James worked himself to exhaustion and took loans to put me through college. He's still paying them off. Madison has been spreading rumors that James used the insurance money to control us, that he forces us to run every decision by him because he holds financial power over us. Some coworkers now give James weird looks when he comes to pick me up for our weekly lunches. One even asked me if I needed help escaping my brother's control. Yesterday, Madison crossed a line that made me question everything. Amy called me crying. She ran into Madison at the grocery store, and Madison told her to stop living through her brother and get her own life. She told Amy that I complained about her being clingy and that I was too afraid to tell her myself. This was a complete lie, I've never said anything like that about Amy. When I confronted Madison, she turned on the tears. She said she was just trying to help our family become healthier and more normal. She insisted that our closeness was holding us all back from growing up. She said if I really loved her, I would set better boundaries with my siblings. I feel lost. James says I need to see the bigger picture, that Madison is trying to isolate me from my support system. Amy is hurt and confused, wondering if I really think she's clingy. Madison keeps saying she's the only one who truly wants what's best for me, that my siblings are using our parents' death to keep us unhealthily codependent. Some of my friends think Madison has a point about us being too close. Others say her behavior is manipulative and concerning. I don't want to lose her. When things are good, they're really good. She can be incredibly caring and supportive. But I also can't imagine distancing myself from James and Amy. They're not just my siblings, they're my best friends. They've been there through everything. I'm considering asking Madison to move out until we can figure things out, but I'm worried about how she'll react. She's already threatened to report James to his workplace for financial abuse. I don't even know what that means. James has supported us, not abused us. Am I wrong for wanting to keep both my girlfriend and my close relationship with my siblings? Should I ask her to move out? Am I missing something here? Edit. Thank you everyone for the responses. I'm reading through them and taking everything in. A lot of you have pointed out red flags I didn't want to see. I'll update when I've figured out my next steps. Update 1 first, I want to thank everyone who commented on my original post. Your insights helped me see things more clearly, though the situation has gotten significantly worse since then. After reading all the comments pointing out Madison's manipulative behavior, I decided to ask her to move out temporarily. I sat her down last Sunday after my siblings left our weekly dinner and explained that we needed space to work on our issues. She took it surprisingly well at first, agreeing that some time apart might help us gain perspective. She asked for a week to find a new place, and I agreed. That's when things started falling apart. The next few days were tense but manageable. Madison was quietly packing her things, and I was helping her look for apartments online. But on Thursday, everything exploded. I came home early from work because I had a headache, only to find Madison and Amy in our living room. Amy was crying, and Madison was showing her something on her phone. When I walked in, Amy looked at me with such hurt and betrayal in her eyes that it felt like a punch to the gut. She grabbed her bag and practically ran out. I tried to stop her, but she pushed past me. Madison sat there with this strange look on her face, half sad, half satisfied. It took me hours to find out what happened. Madison had shown Amy Instagram messages that made it look like I had been complaining about her to Madison for months. The messages showed me saying things like Amy needs to get her own life and I'm tired of her clinging to me and even sometimes I wish she would just leave me alone. The messages were filled with private details about Amy that only a brother would know, making them seem authentic. Amy blocked me on everything, phone, social media, even email. She wouldn't answer her door when I went to her apartment. James tried to talk to her, but she was devastated, convinced that I had betrayed her trust. Madison played innocent, claiming she showed Amy the messages because she was worried about our unhealthy family dynamics and thought Amy deserved to know the truth. I knew I never sent those messages. When I confronted Madison, she broke down crying, admitting she had created fake screenshots. She claimed she did it because she felt threatened by my relationship with Amy and was scared of losing me. She promised to tell Amy the truth, but instead, she sent Amy more messages, saying I was trying to blame her for messages I had actually sent. The work situation has become unbearable too. Last week, Madison filed a complaint with HR claiming James had been harassing her whenever he came to pick me up for lunch. She said he would make threatening comments and follow her around the building. HR had to launch a formal investigation. James had to provide security camera footage, witness statements, and evidence of his whereabouts during all the times Madison claimed he harassed her. He was humiliated and angry, not at me, but at the whole situation. The truth finally came out when I found Madison's burner phone hidden in her sock drawer while helping her pack. She had been using it to create multiple fake profiles to send threatening messages to herself, making them look like they were from James and Amy. She would show these messages to our coworkers and friends as proof that my family was harassing her for trying to help me break free from their control. One message supposedly from James threatened to ruin her life for trying to help me. Another, allegedly from Amy, warned her to stay away from my brother or else. Madison had been showing these messages to everyone who would listen, painting herself as the victim of my cruel, controlling family. I've documented everything, the burner phone, the fake profiles, the manufactured Instagram messages. I'm moving all her things into storage tomorrow and changing my locks. James is talking to his lawyer about a defamation suit. We have enough evidence now to prove she manufactured the harassment claims. The worst part of all this is Amy. She still won't talk to me. Those fake messages hit her where she was most vulnerable. She's always been sensitive about being the baby of the family, about whether she relies on us too much. Madison knew this from all our family discussions and used it against her perfectly. James is trying to help me fix things with Amy, showing her evidence of Madison's deceptions, but Amy needs time. She said even if the messages were fake, the fact that I let Madison treat her badly for months was real. I feel like an idiot for not seeing the signs earlier. All of you who commented on my first post were right. Madison wasn't just trying to create boundaries, she was systematically trying to destroy my relationship with my siblings. I just hope I haven't lost my sister's trust forever because I was too blind to see what was happening. I'll update again when there's more to share. Right now, I'm focused on getting Madison out of my house and trying to repair the damage she's done to my family. Edit, a lot of you are asking about legal action. Yes, James's lawyer is looking into options for both the defamation and the false HR complaints. I'll include more details in my next update. Update 2. I thought the situation couldn't get worse after Madison moved out, but I was wrong. The past month has revealed layers of manipulation I never could have imagined. 2 weeks after Madison left, my cousin Mike, 27M, started posting cryptic messages on social media about family secrets and hidden truths. Mike and I were never close, he's my dad's brother's son. He always seemed jealous of how close my siblings and I were, especially after James stepped up to take care of us. Then last week, I discovered Madison and Mike are dating. Not just dating, they've been seen together at family events I wasn't invited to. They've been telling everyone who will listen that James has been financially and emotionally abusive to Amy and me, that he used our parents' insurance money to control us. Mike has always had issues with James. When our parents died, there was some argument about the insurance money. Mike's dad, our uncle, thought some of it should go to the extended family since they would be helping with us. But there wasn't much money, barely enough to pay off our parents' mortgage. James showed everyone the paperwork back then, proving where every penny went. The truth came out in the most unexpected way. Madison and Mike attended my aunt's birthday party last weekend. I wasn't there, but my cousin Lisa, Mike's sister, was. Madison got drunk and started bragging about how she'd finally found someone who understood her mission. Lisa recorded the whole conversation on her phone. In the recording, Madison admitted she'd made up everything about James. She confessed that she targeted our family because she was jealous of our closeness. Then she revealed something that made my blood run cold. This wasn't the first time she'd done this. Madison had manipulated and broken up her previous boyfriend's family too. She admitted to methodically isolating him from his sisters by creating fake evidence of family drama. Her own family had disowned her for stealing from them and trying to turn her siblings against each other. She laughed about how easy it was to manipulate people when you know their weak points. But the most shocking part was learning that Madison and Mike had been working together for months before she even met me. They met at a bar where Mike was venting about how unfair it was that James controlled our parents' money. Madison saw an opportunity. They planned everything. She would get a job at my company, get close to me, and then systematically destroy my relationship with my siblings. Mike thought if he could prove James had mishandled the insurance money, he could claim some of it. Lisa sent the recording to James. She also revealed that Mike had been telling the extended family that James forced Amy to become a nurse so he could control her career. In reality, Amy had wanted to be a nurse since she was 12. She has our mom's old nursing textbooks displayed in her apartment. When confronted with the recording, Mike tried to claim Madison was lying because she was drunk. But Madison's phone had text messages between them dating back to before she met me, planning how to expose James's financial abuse. The family is in shock. Even Mike's parents are disgusted with him. Turns out there never was any insurance money to fight over. James has bank statements showing he took out loans for my college and Amy's nursing school. He's still paying them off. I feel sick thinking about how Madison used everything I told her about my family against us. She knew Amy was insecure about being the baby of the family, knew I worried about burdening James, knew exactly how to hit us where it would hurt most. James is pursuing legal action against both Madison and Mike for defamation. His lawyer says the recorded confession combined with the text messages gives us a strong case. Several family members have come forward admitting Mike and Madison tried to get them to file false reports about James's financial abuse. The only good thing to come from this is that Amy finally knows the full truth. She's talking to me again, though things are still strained. She says she doesn't blame me anymore but needs time to process everything. Finding out that Madison and Mike planned this whole thing from the start helped her understand that I was as much a victim as she was. I'll update again if anything significant happens with the legal case. Right now, I'm just trying to understand how I missed so many red flags and let someone manipulate me into almost losing the two people who have always been there for me. Update 3: I'm writing this final update to bring closure to this whole situation. The past 3 months have been a roller coaster, but things are finally settling down. After Madison's drunk confession video spread through the family, she and Mike tried to do damage control. They sent anonymous letters to James's workplace with more allegations, but it backfired. The company's legal team had already seen the video evidence and text messages. They're now part of the lawsuit James filed against both of them. The case is moving forward. 3 of Madison's former co-workers came forward with screenshots of her asking them to lie to HR about James harassing her. They refused at the time but felt guilty for not reporting it. Our company fired Madison after a thorough investigation revealed she had fabricated all her complaints. Amy and I are slowly rebuilding our relationship. She moved in with me temporarily last month after her apartment building had a fire. Living together again has helped us heal. We've had long talks about everything that happened. She admitted she was hurt not just by Madison's lies, but by how long I let Madison treat her badly. I apologized for not standing up for her sooner. The hardest conversation was when Amy told me how Madison would text her cruel messages whenever I wasn't around, always deleting them before I could see. She would tell Amy that she was holding me back, that no woman would want to marry a man who was so close to his sister. Amy kept quiet about it because she thought standing up to Madison would prove she was too dependent on me. Mike tried to apologize to the family, claiming Madison manipulated him too. But Lisa shared more recordings from their conversations at family events, showing he was fully aware of the plan from the start. His parents have cut him off financially and told him he's not welcome at family gatherings until he gets help. Last week, we found out Madison has moved to another state, but she's still trying to cause trouble. She made fake social media accounts pretending to be distant relatives, trying to spread more lies about James. Nobody believes her anymore. The family has started a group chat to alert everyone when she makes new accounts. James won a restraining order against both Madison and Mike. His lawyer says the defamation case looks strong, especially since we have evidence they planned everything before Madison even met me. Several family members have given statements about how Mike and Madison tried to convince them to file false reports. The biggest change is in our family dynamics. While Madison failed to break us apart, she made us realize we needed better boundaries with outsiders. We still have our Sunday dinners, but we're more careful about who we let into our inner circle. Amy has started dating someone new, and we made sure to take things slow, letting him earn our trust gradually. I'm not dating right now. I need time to work through everything that happened. James says I shouldn't blame myself for not seeing through Madison's manipulation sooner, but it's hard not to feel stupid when I look back at all the red flags. The silver lining in all this is that it brought our extended family closer. Except for Mike, everyone has apologized for believing Madison's lies about James. They've seen his bank statements now, understanding the sacrifices he made to raise us after our parents died. This will be my last update unless something major happens with the lawsuit. Thank you to everyone who helped me see the truth about Madison before she could completely destroy my family. Sometimes the people who seem perfect are the ones you need to watch out for the most. Edit, for those asking, yes, we changed all our locks, passwords, and security systems. Madison still tries to contact us through fake numbers, but we document everything for the lawsuit and don't respond.